let me put it that way. It doesn't replace my wife, but I'm trying to tell you how close, how important my bass is. I must make sure that my bass is okay. So definitely, if I'm taking my bass to church, I mean, I understand already that it's my bass.
That's your primary assignment.
It's my primary and it's my instrument. So it might be difficult, but save money, get your own personal instrument. Take time, get an instrument for yourself. And you will see that more than 70% of the problem is solved. Yeah. I think that's what I have to say for
Thank you
concerning that.
That's actually resolve a lot of
I think if
misconceptions.
musicians have this concept, I think the church will have less things
to deal with.
And just like you rightly said, I feel that there's someone that wrote something, like I said, don't assume. Ask. But when you want to ask, you need to ask politely.
And be humble. That word humble.
You understand? So, because there are so many things that many musicians are assuming, the church is doing this, they are doing
exactly.
this. It's because, just like you said, your pastor you have to have a relationship with your pastor. Your pastor should be your friend. You should be able to, pastor, and you ask pastor, this, that. When the pastor says that this guy is different and is sensible and is polite and humble, then the pastor might be able to share. Is because the pastor too, they have bodies. They are also human. Just like the musicians are human, the pastor too are human. So the pastor might be able to share not everything, but just a little of what they too are going through. The challenges that my brother. It's not that the church does not want to do this, but we have so things that we are working on. Then you, as a person, when you hear from the pastor, you will be able to reason along with the pastor that if you were put yourself in the pastor's shoe, if it were to be you, what are you going to do?
You might even be able to create a solution for the pastor, to assist the pastor.
Exactly.
I will be able to create a solution. Because sometimes too, they are also in a state, because they are women, they can't be in the spirit 24/7. They may also need somebody to just say a sentence can be the solution to the church problem. So which is actually nice. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate that. But and again, I would like to continue my question by going to this fourth question today, which is, when you encounter an egoistic musician, how do you manage or deal with them?
Yes, that's a very big one. An egoistic musician. First of all, who is a person with ego? Someone with ego is someone like this. Let me just put it. Ego looks like ego.
Just like this.
You understand? And ego is
actually raised.
Yeah, it's something close to pride. But you might not really call it pride. Pride is a little bit deeper than ego. Ego means that I will stand in the way of anything that I'm not comfortable with.
Yes.
I will stand
in the way of anything that I'm not comfortable with.
I'm not comfortable with. It's not my thing. So I will create some sort of defense.
So he's prepared for anything that was coming.
You. That's Obama.
No GG.
And it doesn't. It's not my. So I'm ready for it.
So it's not that he did the thing just casually, maybe the thing
unknowingly. He's ready.
Exactly.
He has already prepared.
He has prepared his mind that if something like this comes, I know good.
So that means it's not an act; it's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
Wow.
That has to be dealt with, because even in marriage, sometimes you will see that the husband has ego.
I'm the man of this house.
I'm the man of this house. I mean, we say it at times, we say it. But the truth is, God is helping us work on those areas.
Yes.
But the truth, when you're talking about an egoistic musician, you're talking about someone that is ready in defense of whatever it is that seems he's trying to puncture his standard. He's ready to fight it.
Wow. He has. I caught something there now that you just said. standard.
Mm.
So which means an egoistic musician also has created a kind of
Standard
for himself.
where he wants, where his place, his placement.
So he will tell you things like when you invite him for a program, he will tell you write out what is the name of the bass you are using, what products, how many years have you been using it for, who is the one playing drums, is he good, how many years, you know, those type of questions. They are not ready.
What kind of sound?
Yes, thank you. But you know that sometimes it might not be a disadvantage, it might be an advantage as regards standard. But why it becomes a clause is because we are talking about Christian. So as a Christian, you must be ready to cope with so many things, because we're on a journey, and in this journey, all of us are one. It's not about one person being in front. No. If I win, we win.
It's not an individual race.
It's not an individual race. So you have to be ready to cope. I know, yes, there are some churches that are lazy. They don't want to do anything excellent. I understand. But you must be ready to say, Lord, please. I think we need to be praying as musicians that, God, please, any program I will encounter, or any program I'm invited for, give me the grace to see that your purpose stands. And not, I think it's another thing people need to pray about. I see that your purpose stands and not just my will. It's not easy. It's not easy, because even Jesus got fed up at the point and went to pray that the cross should be taken.
Yes, that's true.
But every day we pray to God, God, help me get better. Help me get better. So the truth is, when you are dealing or managing, or let me say dealing with an egoistic musician, if you have to deal with someone and you see the person like that, first and foremost, you have to be very accommodating. You can't change anybody in one day. And you know, this journey we're on is about people and not just about us. So you need to be patient and accommodating. Some of them will push you to the wall, but you need to be ready to be patient and see to it that by the time the person leaves you, they leave with a portion of their ego cut off. That is one. You need to be very patient. You need to pray for them. If you know you are the kind of person who works with musicians a lot, take a portion of your time to pray for musicians. God answers prayers. As much as I understand that some things has to be dealt with physically, I understand that everything in this life is controlled by the Spirit.
Yes.
So you need to go on your knees and pray. You need to pray for them. It should be a burden in your heart to always pray for those musicians.
Pray for them.
Number 3, you need to learn to mentor them. If you have the privilege to be above, not really above in terms of identity, but above in terms of probably mantle or title or something, you need to learn to help them calm down and teach them what to do. I've once called a musician to play at an event that I was coordinating the music. I called a musician and he was telling me, for my guitar, for me to bring my guitar, we charge you 5,000. For my effects pedal, 10,000. For my transportation, budget 5,000. Within Ibadan, for just no rehearsal, just one event, budget 5,000 for my transportation. Hotel relaxation, 10,000. It's a day program just during the day, maybe 4 to 6, and we go back to that. Pay for my hotel relaxation accommodation. Then for me, you pay 35,000. You know, I was like, hey, I never heard this one before. This is strange. I didn't tell him no. I told him to come. Immediately he came. He saw me say, bros. He said, you there here? Are you the one playing here? I said, that I'm part of the people who are assisting in coordinating. He said, oh wow, that somebody called him to come for the program, so he's going inside. He didn't know I was the one that called him. So I said I was the one that called. He said, sir, tell him, sir. He was trying to show that, I'm sorry. I said, no problem. I sat him down. I said, I understand everything you have said. Okay, pedal, 10,000, guitar, 5,000. I told him, I said, but see, you need to be understanding. All what he requested for, I paid him. But let me tell you the truth. the guy left that program with an understanding that no, this is not the way it is done. The next time I called him, he didn't ask me for 1 hour. Of course, I still honored him financially, but he had changed that mentality. I said, I have to tell him, no, this is not the way it's done. Another thing is, let me give a little testimony of what happened to me in 2009 or so. I have a mentor in Abuja. So the mentor recommended me to his own mentor that, I want you to bring this person for your program. He will really minister, and it was supposed to be a talk show. When during the talk show, I will play. So he called me, the main pastor called me, he said, can you come to Abuja? I was in Zaria then. Can you come to Abuja? I want you to be part of my program. I said, what would you need to come? I told him, sir, I don't need any. The only thing is where I will sleep and my transportation, because I don't have anywhere I will sleep in Abuja. And since he was the one inviting me, I didn't want to bother anybody to accommodate me. So I said, that's all. He said, are you sure? Tell me. So he now said, think about it and get back to me. So when I sat down, I was now thinking. I said, maybe I should charge this man 30,000. I was a student there, I was in my final year. So maybe I should charge him 30,000. He looked again. I said, no. I told him, I said, Daddy, don't worry, just my transportation and my accommodation. So immediately I got to Abuja, like a day before the program, I got to the park, I called him at the park. He said, okay, I should tap on the window of one Jeep. So I was wondering, I saw one Jeep with tinted glasses in front of me. I said, hey, Mike, student. So I tapped. Immediately they came down, collected my, I even thought they wanted to steal my, I thought they were kidnappers. So they collected it like this. They opened the back door. They said, I said, hey. So from there, they took me to the pastor's office. We sat down. He told me the vision and everything. I didn't even know that I would be sitting alongside with the DG of, there's one company called Sahara Energy. They're into energy. It's a worldwide group. I was to sit side by side with him on the stage. They will talk about Sahara. Me, I will talk about music. I was imagining it. So, we got the hotel, they lodged me in the hotel, I ate and everything. The day the program finished that night, he asked me that would I want to go back to Zaria immediately. I still want to stay one more night to rest. I said I will stay one more night. So he just gave me an envelope, casual envelope. I thought it's my ticket, maybe 5K or something. So I put it in my bag. I went back to the hotel, ate. It was when I was checking out the following day in the morning. When I saw the bill, one meal was 12,000 naira. And I was eating 3 meals a day. So a day, that's 6,000 for 3 days. When I saw it, I was confused. I now asked the person because I was just to sign so that the church will now pay them. So I asked the receptionist that was the only one on that, because I was thinking 12,000, maybe she's thinking we were like 4 in the hotel. I said no, I was the only one. He said that I should just sign. I left. Following day, I called the pastor. On my way, we said, "Safe journey, pray with me." So I had some cash, so I paid for my transport. Only for me to get to Zaria. The envelope was still lying down, So the next day I said, let me just even check what is inside my envelope. I saw $2,000. How much is $2,000? As at then, the dollar was 150 naira. $2,000 was 300,000 naira. That's part of what I used to buy these days.
Instead of collecting 30,000 naira.
I would have told him I wanted 30,000 naira, and I would have been a fool. Anyway, in quotes, I would have been a fool. So from that day, it was like God just used that one to teach me a lesson. Although it's not money I'm after anyway, but God made me understand that, see, what is it you are looking for that I cannot provide? That's what God made me understand. He now told me so. He said, don't limit me. He told me, he said, some programs I might not give you money, but what I will give you will shock you. There was something I was trusting God for, me and my family recently, and we didn't know how to get it. There was a program I went for somewhere in Ibadan, and going to the venue of the program was like I'm traveling from here to north, because I will take Okada from my house. It's stressful. So I kept, why? I still forced myself and I went there. There was a day I took boat within about 4,200 naira. I never knew the boat was very expensive. So I was wondering, why should I be going through this amount of stress? The program finished. There arose a need in my house concerning something that we've been trusting God for. And I mentioned it to the woman that puts the program together. She told me, don't worry, Toby. God will do it. I never knew that I was speaking with the immediate past controller general of Nigerian prisons. I was speaking with the wife. I didn't know it was the wife's program I was playing for. I was going regularly to relate with her, play with her mommy. I didn't know that it was the immediate past controller general of Nigerian prisons of Nigeria. That thing would have costed me 4 months. I got it the following day after I spoke with her. That 4 months is not that I would have gotten it easily. I will still pay heavily for that thing before I would get it. I didn't pay $1. So that's why I'm saying sometimes we need to throw away ego and just do the assignment. What God has prepared for you, your mind cannot conceive it. Your mind cannot fathom it. The Bible says it shall yet appear what we shall be. It's daily that these things unveil. So we need to calm down on our desire to always walk up to standard. I want to, When it's kingdom, it is kingdom. There are some things you cannot change. It is God's assignment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Viewers in the house, I think we are actually learning seriously today, because knowledge is key. People say knowledge is power, but knowledge is life. When there is no knowledge, you are useless, because you can't function anywhere. So it's actually life. So to actually round off this edition, I'll be asking my brother this last question. And I feel this last question is very important for all musicians to know, because this is actually the purpose why this talk show is organized. What are the ways to help build better musicians?
Yes, I think it's not so different from what I've been talking about. One of the ways is, like I said, you have to be very accommodating. Let them feel loved. Let them feel loved. That's from people to the musician. Let them feel loved. Pray for them. I said it there. Pray for them. Sincerely pray for them. Don't pray for them because of your program. Pray for them because you want to see them become better people. I thank God for my father, my own biological father. He has a burden of praying for people. He says it. He will call me sometimes. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. That is I don't have any other duty. I'm retired. I'm praying for you. That is. So pray, sincerely pray for them, not because of what you want to get, but pray for them. Number 3, mentor them. Mentor them. Make sure there is a burden upon your heart to see that they are better people. Now, on the part of the musicians, I think number 1, we should be ready to learn. We should open our hearts and understand that life doesn't start and end with now. There is future. So be ready to learn. Submit yourself to mentorship and discipleship. Meet people that are ready to help you. Don't run away from people. Don't think you can always do it on your own. The greatest men in the world still need help. Submit yourself to mentorship. Submit yourself to authority. Open yourself to learning. Read about people's experiences. Sit down with the elderly. I've had to sit down with a couple of elderly people and ask them questions. Sir, how did you do this? Because the truth is, being musicians is a very little part of our lives. As human beings, we are many things. We are many things. The people on the camera right now, they are not just cameramen. They are many things. Family people, you have children, you are dealing with so many other things. So you need to open your mind to learning generally. Learn as much as you can from every situation, as long as the situation leaves you alive. Learn from it. It might be painful experiences, but learn from it. We all have got challenges. The musicians have challenges. The people who work with musicians have challenges. So somehow the striking line between all of this is identity, and identity has to do with love. Love is our identity. That was what made God sacrifice his son, Jesus, to die for us. Then we need to understand relationship and service. If we get all these things right, then our journey will be smooth by the grace of God.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, it's my
Really
pleasure.
appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thanks to my co-host. It has been an awesome time with my brother, Oluwatobi Ajiboye, especially known as Baziti. He has been an awesome bassist so far because I've actually watched a lot of his video, and he has actually ministered to a lot of lives. So musicians out there, I think you've been able to learn something good today, and I want you to be focused. Don't give up, because there are a lot of things to still achieve in this life. Even at your doorstep, there are a lot of opportunities lying low. But if you are not actually ready for it, you can't get what you are not ready for. There are opportunities, but some people are not ready for the opportunities. And something says opportunity awaits every man. But can you actually see the opportunity? Because sometimes you have to see it coming, then you conceive it already before it comes. That's another way to life, which is what I want you all to change your mindset, the focus. And thank you, viewers, for joining us on this edition. Join us, same page, same time, next month. Thank you.
Thank you so much.